messed it up.
WrestleMania.
I guess we just couldn't contain our excitement. What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to a special live episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC, joined this week by my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hola.
We got Mike here.
What, me next? I'm Mike, and I love wrestling, and love always wins. Boo.
We got Tommy.
You.
I'm kind of going in order how they appear on my screen here. And a special guest, he's having a few video problems because he's just hanging out on the beach in Corpus. Can't blame him, but you see his face here. We got, joining us from the Geekcast, Joe.
Joe Garcia.
Joe Garcia, my bad.
You know what? I'm digging Mike's shirt, Latino World Orders.
Damn
you need
right.
to pick it up so the people can see it. There you go. We're taking over, Mike. We're taking over.
There you go.
Our peoples are taking over.
Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, we got more hint in the house.
Oh yeah, the peach, my peach. Yeah.
Come on, JC.
You know what? Can we get JC to do the Sasha Banks, intro, the dance and everything she does? That would be amazing, dude. Maybe get some booty shorts on them and everything, Tommy.
Do the Mandy Rose thing.
I might do the Mandy Rose and the ring. Oh, don't tempt me. I might try it. So
I'm not letting you stand on my stomach. That's
okay.
Oh man.
What the hell?
Thank you, everybody, in advance for joining us. If you're watching this live, we do appreciate it. We're going to be talking all about WrestleMania 37 today. And you can chat along with us, live chat. If you're here, Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel, feel free to join us. And at the bottom of your screen, you'll see our Twitter, at @CCG_WrestleCast. You're more than welcome to chat along with us as well.
I can't see it, but
Well, it's way down there. It's way down there. Trust me.
Whether
Yeah.
or not, it's what I do.
As I mentioned, we're talking WrestleMania. It's that wonderful time of year, so everybody, if you got one, feel free to pop a drink. If I can just get this damn thing open. There we go.
I got one already in hand.
I know you do.
We
So
got on the show.
yeah, water.
Hydro homies.
Yeah.
Hydro homies.
Real quickly, we're not going to get into a full recap on NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. And Tina, being that Stand and Deliver will not give us a calculus lesson or calculos. What's calculos? Yeah. So, I will quickly mention that as far as our picks went, Jerry from Tiger Driver Radio, who joined us, went 6-4 on his. I went 7-3. Tommy went 8-2, and Mike 9-1 on his picks.
Damn.
because I didn't.
And
on the one, if you watch the video, I was torn between Loomis and NXT Jeff Cobb. And I should have done NXT Jeff Cobb. Shout out Bronson Reed. That was a heck of a
It's
performance,
over,
honestly.
Mike. It's over.
I guarantee Mike never picks
Never
against
over.
Bronson Reed ever
Sorry,
again.
you're 9
But,
and 1. 9 and
yeah,
1.
so we'll have a full recap next week when we recap Stand and Deliver and talk a bit about WrestleMania as well. But I will say this, Stand and Deliver, it wasn't like just, hey, WrestleMania top that. It's like just try not to embarrass yourself. I think Mike said that in our group chat.
Okay, thank you, JC.
Yeah.
I thought you were stealing my
And,
time.
I'm thinking about it, yeah, right, because I was a bit like, why is the unsanctioned match last? But Jesus, brutal. Brutal.
That's why.
If I may on that, because I thought the same thing, but then I kind of remembered what Kyle and Adam have been doing over the years. And it's so warranted. To me, it feels like they're like in Generico, aka Owens and Zayn.
Mhm.
Like they'll
Allegedly.
probably be doing this until they're like 60. Like when they have their final match and retire from wrestling once and for all, it'll be against each other. And they'll still have an unsanctioned, blood war match, somewhere in, whatever super company will be around, AEW, New Japan, Honor, Impact.
Unsanctioned at the nursing home.
Yes.
That's like,
Oh wow.
So,
call and be like, hey, Kyle, remember when we wrestled each other? Which time, Adam? I forget. Oh, yeah, me too. Those are great.
I will note
I
that
guess
Tina was extremely happy Kyle O'Reilly won. So,
Yes. If you know me, I love Kyle O'Reilly.
I already got a comment. Hello, everyone, and laugh out loud. NXT Jeff Cobb. Thank you, Burnsy116. So yeah, appreciate it.
That's one of our things we do. We misname things, and it's all in fun. So.
Yeah, prime example, and you hear it later when we get to AJ Styles' tag team partner. So let's kind of get into WrestleMania while we're at it here. There's 2 nights of it, obviously. 14 matches total, 7 matches a night, and we're not gonna go like match by match and pick it. I'm gonna kind of like shout at everyone, just kind of say what match you're looking forward to. I will say this though. Why in the world is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on SmackDown this evening and not on Mania? Tommy, we'll see you next week. No, I'm just like, why? It makes no sense to me.
Okay, you know what? Forget y'all. I'm hopping on the New Japan train real quick because they have 2 nights.
Yeah.
2 nights, and they can't put that on either night. Really?
Or on a pre-show?
On a pre-show when the New Japan Rumble happens okay, you know what? Fine. Okay. Yeah. We're like New Japan. We're just getting New Japan in there.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You know what? I don't even think this is a hot take. I don't think there's been a good Andre the Giant Battle Royal since the first one. Straight up.
And that's because
Cesaro won. It was a great moment, though.
And the way he did it.
Yes.
And against 2. And since then, yeah.
I will say the one where Michael Che called Joe Fred, that one was funny. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Hey, the WrestleMania we were at, Shaq appeared, for crying out loud. I mean, come on, you know.
Didn't they have the women's one? Was it women's one that they had too?
You know, have they even advertised the women's one this year? I don't even know if they have.
No,
Maybe
they
they
haven't.
had that trophy that looked like a uterus.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was.
Who designed that?
Because that's not sexist.
Well, no, wasn't it the Mae Young at first? And then they just changed it?
It was the
I don't remember.
It was called the Moolah Battle Royal.
Yeah, and then all the stuff came out about Moolah. Yeah.
Right, wrong one.
All that stuff about Moolah came out literally after, 5 minutes after they announced it.
There you go. Yeah.
And then Burnsy saying because that's Vince for you. Yeah, so true. And let's talk about another Vince standard WWE booking decision. Mike, you want to take this one away because it happens every WrestleMania?
What, are the 2 people facing each other fighting the tag champs?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Well, to be honest, I feel like they didn't have enough women's matches on each night. So they're like, what can we do to make another women's match on day 1 because we only have one on day 1. Got it. Let's do a tag team turmoil.
Even prior to that, it's just the fact that you have Asuka and Rhea Ripley teaming up against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Why? Makes no sense.
The last Raw before...
Yeah.
No. Let's set it straight. That was the last Raw before Mania. After the SmackDown 2, Bianca and Sasha spent like a month doing that exact same storyline, and then they were just like, I don't know, do it again. Like, just... Yeah.
Do this again. No one's gonna notice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm flashing back to a few weeks ago where I told Mike, sometimes these bad booking decisions lead to great matches. I remember I told Mike that. He said he's hoping it's the case. I'm starting to lose faith in the thing I said because.
Oh, have you heard my 1 minute warning already?
Wow.
This might as well be. But the booking of this has been trash, fam.
Oh yeah.
Trash. And I'm just like, I'm excited for the matches on paper, but if you follow the build up to this, garbage.
Yeah.
Hot garbage. And this is for the same company that's like swearing up and down, like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just go screw it. AEW has its problems. I agree with that. But hell, some of the matches that they build up, and even though it didn't end like they wanted it to, the build up for the barbed wire match was fire. Maybe the match didn't end like they wanted to, but screw that. The build up was cool as hell.
Oh yeah.
Nothing about this build up made any sense to this Mania, except for maybe Bianca and Sasha, Drew and Lashley. And the Universal title match with Edge.
I mean, I would challenge you and say the Bianca Banks build-up has been botched horribly, considering what it should be and who they are.
Yeah.
I do agree to a point, only because I think if they were going to do all that tax and stuff with them, it should have been immediately after the Rumble, and then let them feud all the way up to that sooner.
And it should have been 1 week or 2 weeks at the most.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well,
what are we looking forward to?
Yeah, hey, let's talk WrestleMania, right? Aren't we all looking forward to this shit? Yeah, they're not even trying, Burnsy. I agree. They're not. But let's see how this comes out, because 2 nights of WrestleMania, back in front of a live crowd in a stadium in Raymond James, the site of the Super Bowl, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won on their home stadium. So here you go. You got 2 nights. You got what you wanted, Vince. You're getting the first big show with fans, although, well, AEW's had fans, but the point is, you're getting
it. Gets what he wants.
Yeah, here we go, and see how they inflate the attendance numbers, right?
But the AEW had a house show tonight too. I forgot about that.
Oh, nice. So 7 matches on the card: Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, Bad Bunny and Punishment Martinez against The Miz and John Morrison. That was a recent change.
You mean?
Yeah. What? Say
Nothing.
it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You said no. I know what you did.
Oh, I said Punishment Martinez, didn't I? I meant Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I thought you were doing it on purpose. That's what I was like.
Yeah, well, we changed names, right?
Yeah.
Steel Cage, Strowman versus Shane McMahon. The women's tag team turmoil match featuring 5 teams, and I know one of that somebody's looking forward to, so I won't even spoil the teams. Raw Tag Team Championship between the New Day against AJ Styles and Osmosis. SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks against Bianca Belair, which, very historic, by the way. First time 2 women of color are going 1-on-1 at WrestleMania.
And
how is this not the main event?
It is.
Is it confirmed? Main event of night 1?
I'm almost 100% sure. Check WWE social media. I thought they've been confirming it earlier today.
Nice.
Say it's one of the main events. I don't know what that means if they're.
If it's not, it may not go on last.
The first night. Even the first night.
I will check some of the posts over the last couple hours. I think.
Stephanie McMahon confirmed it in an interview. She confirmed that Sasha and Bianca is main event of night 1.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
so
I'll take that.
That will go on last, and of course the other match on night 1, WWE Championship, the Almighty Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre.
Which makes me think this might go first.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking that they're going to start with the WWE Championship.
Okay.
Because if it's not the main event and they want if they want McIntyre to finally get his pop, the first match back after all of this, that's I think your best chance if you're not the main event.
Right.
So I have a feeling they will go first.
Yeah. I agree with Mike.
I see that. Drew McIntyre finally getting his pop with fans. Tommy, what's up?
Can we talk about why Bayley's not even on any of these nights? Like, come on.
I want to bring that in just a second.
I think we all do.
Bayley's been MIA recently too. She hasn't been on very often.
I want to cuss. I'm not gonna. Anyway,
I actually, real quick, listened to her on Renee's podcast, and she said that she talked to Haley from Paramore, and she wanted her to sing her song for her to come out too, and then she's not even booked, so she's like, what the heck? And Haley was all for it. She was like, I'll do it.
That's a shame. That's a shame. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Joe, you're joining us. You've for a long time been bugging me a bit to be on the WrestleCast. Here you are. What is the one match of night 1 that you were looking forward to the most here?
I gotta tell you, one of the things that really intrigues me on night 1. I mean, I'm always looking to see Shane O'Mac. Because he always puts on a show, regardless of how old he is or what you think of him. He's not really a wrestler. He's more of a performer. And that's the thing that he does. He performs and puts on a show. That's one of the reasons that I like watching him. I've liked watching him even way back when, in the early and late 90s, early 2000s, he was very entertaining. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. It doesn't matter how old he gets. He still puts on his show. He performs for the audience and gives the fans what they want. Regardless of who the opponent is, he somehow finds a way to put on a show for everyone. So I'm always looking forward to seeing what he can do. But I got to tell you, one of the matches on night 1 that really is intriguing to me, it has to be that Cesaro and Seth Rollins match, only because Cesaro's getting older. He's getting up there in age, and this is kind of his last hurrah. He's already 40 years old. He's a great ring master in the ring. His nickname has always been the Swiss Superman. He's up there in age already, so this is kind of his last hurrah to kind of take that leap to the next level. Whereas you're going against Seth Rollins, somebody who, is just going to use this as a stepping stone if he beats Cesaro. So to me, that's kind of an intriguing one to me, just because of the age difference there, and seeing where Cesaro's career will go after this match. Meaning, what is the WWF going to wind up doing with this character or with him in general?
Yeah, especially now that he re-signed a new contract. Like, are they really
Yeah.
committed to him? Because like he's committed to them, So, yeah.
And everybody backstage seems to think that he needs to be pushed more. He is a great wrestler, and Mike is a big time Cesaro fan. We all are.
Yeah.
He's paid his due.
Oh, he has.
He's paid more than his due. It's just that, and there's been times where they pushed him a little bit, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to push you anymore." It's like, what? How do you not want him as a champion? The guy speaks like 5 languages. You know how you can market him to other countries? Like, come on.
He's great
No,
for the media, from a media standpoint. He can
Oh,
just go out
definitely.
there and just win the media over.
Media, wrestling, everything. So I know that a lot of people, like rumor-wise backstage, and even listening to Renee's podcast, they all are always talking about how Cesaro is the guy. They just need him to be the guy.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I think he's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania next year, and if he's not, there's definitely something wrong with why he signed that contract.
I feel like too, like this is going to be the start of something, because I feel like they wanted to do it because of all this stuff. I think they kind of held back because they're like, we want live people now. So I'm really hoping the live people will help out, but I don't know.
Just main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, main event anything at this point. Huh?
Yeah,
All right.
main event. You know what? I would actually take Great Balls of Fire back again if he gets to the main event. I don't care at this point.
Great balls of fire.
We agree with
That
Vince.
show
He
still
can
gave us
do
Joe
that.
versus Lesnar.
It sure did.
I will, look, Vince, if you're watching, if we all agree not to laugh this time, and you put Cesaro the main event for a world title, we won't laugh.
On
you
camera.
Call it a review, Great Balls of Fire. Okay?
I won't laugh on camera, I promise it. Not to your
I could
face.
see him winning Money in the Bank.
I hope that's got to be the start,
Yeah.
Look, for me, the thing is you got to stop overthinking Cesaro. He's not going to be Miz or Rollins on the mic. That's not his specialty. But he is going to put on a show in that ring every time he goes in there. So either give him a mouthpiece or just stop expecting him to do long promos and just let him go out there and wrestle. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad at promos. I just feel like they don't let him just.
They micromanage promos too much. Give the man some bullet points, let him write.
Especially since the fact that, like I said, he speaks multiple languages. He can run off that.
Yeah.
So easily. But
alrighty.
Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Say this.
Maybe they just need to let him go. They just need to give him the green light and say, look, you know what? Just go out and do your thing. Because from a wrestling perspective, he's a great technical wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give that to some people, but they won't give it to others because Vince doesn't think they can handle it. Like Miz, of course, Miz is absolutely tried and true. Can do can cut a promo.
He's got the charisma, Tommy. He's got the charisma.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not denying that. Miz has earned his place, and whether people like it or not, that dude's going in the Hall of Fame. If you don't believe that, you're in denial.
I should have worn my Miz TV shirt. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, you got a nice Mercedes Martinez one on there, so you know.
I know, but I love my Miz TV shirt also.
But see, some guys just aren't talkers. And even the ones that are, they're not talkers how Vince wants them to talk. Because he tried to make Roman Reigns his kind of talker, and that didn't work until he became the tribal chief, and then he cut the best promos of his career. And,
with some new teeth.
Exactly.
Well, that too. Teeth. Cesaro got his teeth knocked out for this company. That alone should have got him a world title run. That dude fell on the turnbuckle so hard his teeth fell out. We threw Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell twice, and he lost teeth. Can we now give this poor guy who lost teeth for this company? That should be the secret weapon. If you're willing to lose teeth for WWE, you should get a world title immediately afterwards, or at least the following year, like Mick Foley did.
Asuka did it as champion, so that's no.
Yeah. All right.
Don't get me started.
Let's keep going before this is the Cesaro WrestleMania preview show. All right.
Hey, I'm fine with
I
it.
know you are. Well, Mike, what match are you looking forward to on night one here?
Since we already kind of mentioned that one,
It's a Bad Bunny.
You can say my nieces are. I will say that.
I'll go with the women's tag team turmoil match for
right.
2 reasons. The first and obvious one is Billy Kay's in it now, so 5 stars. It'll be the most entertaining thing one way
You got to be
or
joking
another.
me.
But
My
in all
peach.
seriousness, like they need to start really doing something with women's tag teams. I mean, Riot Squad is the only one that feels like a real team there. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose they've been teaming a little while now, so at least they're something. But these other teams, Lana and Naomi, just got thrown together because I guess they dance. Natalya and Tamina because they're the oldest 2, like that have been there the longest.
It seems like it makes a lot of sense though on paper. And practice. I'll give them that.
But like I think if you give them time, and I think it could be. I think it could outshine what people expect out of it if they give them some time and just let them, tell some stories as the teams keep coming in. So.
And can I
It's
just
Lana
say,
and Naomi's time already. They're gonna wind up getting their dues. I think this is it.
can you say that?
Go ahead,
Where
Tina.
the hell is Peyton? Also,
Peyton
where the
Royce?
hell is Peyton
Good
Royce?
question.
Like,
Hashtag reunite the iconics. We've been trying it.
No, she had that awesome promo. What was it? Talk is Smack or what is it? Raw Talk, whatever. And they gave her 1 match, and then she's like gone. Like what the heck happened?
It's like they gave her that match. Just okay. You cut the promo. Here's your match. You lost. Move on. Like that's it. They're just gonna throw it away. Like what was the point of splitting that tag team?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say that.
All right.
I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah. Tina,
I like the underdogs though, man. I think that everybody expects the Riot Squad to win, but I'm rooting for Lana and Naomi. I want them to get their due, their time to shine.
Considering who the champions are, it's got to be a face team. So I don't know. I don't see the Riot Squad winning it.
I feel like kind of the same thing. They're not really underdogs, but I feel like Tamina really hasn't been given much, and I feel with Natalya too, she hasn't been given much, and I feel like both of them are amazing wrestlers, and together, like they are, the whole wrestling standpoint, I feel like they would be the best option to wrestle against Nia and Shayna.
Okay.
In my opinion, because of Tamina's height, just like Nia, and they're like cousins or something, right? Related in some way.
Our cousins, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, in the same way that everyone's Primo and Prima, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And then and then you have Natalya, who's been wrestling forever, and then you have Shayna, who was a
MMA
fighter. So I mean, like to me, that makes the most sense. Of course, it's WWE, so it's probably not going to happen. But to me, that would make the most sense.
Okay. Tina, what match are you looking forward to on night one?
I'm actually looking forward to Sasha and Bianca. Like I really feel like they're gonna tear the house down. Like I feel like they're gonna get a really good match.
What's up, Joe?
Is this the second pay-per-view that's going to be featured on the Peacock Network, or is this going to be the first one?
Second
WWE, but technically the third, because if you count NXT Stand and Deliver, this would be the third one. Yeah. So.
Well, he also said pay-per-view, so.
I mean, I guess.
So technically second.
Yeah.
Second with the pay-per-view buy option on satellite. Yeah, I guess you could say this is the second one.
So second.
Yeah.
Wait, there was a pay-per-view buy option.
The WWE subscription on Peacock.
Yeah. Wait, say again, Joe.
I said unless you've gotten that premium, which the Peacock premium subscription that comes with the WWE.
Yeah, that's the only way you can watch, because they have the free tier and then the premium with or without ads. Which, by the way, the deal is still going on right now. You get half off the first 4 months. You pay the $10 up front. You get 4 months for half price. So it's not a bad way to start.
You should get your own promo code, JC, and you can peddle that out, dude. You get some scratch.
It'd be nice, but you know how greedy WWE is with their promo codes and shit. So
for real.
Yeah. All right, Tina, Sasha, and Bianca, you're looking forward to the most.
Yeah, and probably also the Cesaro and Seth Rollins match as well.
Okay.
Sasha and Bianca should have been the easiest thing to build on this whole card. On both. That should have been the easiest thing to. It was a gift. That is a gift wrap godsend of a match. It's like
Exactly.
and told Vince just promote it.
EST versus the Boss, like, come on.
Yeah.
That was a. So mad about how they booked that.
You honestly could have built it like your old school, Hogan Warrior, Rock Hogan, and the idea of the established superstar versus the next generation. Like, it should have been so easy. And
I'm just glad
it
that
got
Charlotte
mixed up
was
with
not add to
Reginald.
this.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm just glad that Charlotte was not add to this.
Hey,
there was
the match hasn't happened yet. Don't
jinx it.
WWE.
I'm just saying.
Don't say her name. Like, you can't say it 3 times like Beetlejuice and then she'll appear. Just don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it. It's a Beetlejuice thing. Okay? Don't do it.
I'm Johnny. I'm too busy.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying, buddy?
I'm just
Did
saying.
you say Charlotte Flair
By
3
now,
times
I
in the
think they
mirror?
would have
She
added
made
this
a for
person.
pay-per-view.
It's like we don't say Locke Bresner the appropriate way so that he doesn't appear either. Or,
Hey, he already worked once this year, didn't he? Oh, no,
well, yeah, he hasn't worked yet. So
Don't say
Voldemort.
Goldberg.
Oldberg. We don't talk about Oldberg either. So yeah.
Oh God.
Don't say Goldberg.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
All right, Tommy. What match are you looking forward to for night one?
Well, aside from the ones everyone said, okay, I'm looking forward to it, but only if they let them just do their thing. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. If they let them just go, if there is no control over them whatsoever, let these two mountains of meat just beat us. Hey, first of all,
Who
I
said
don't care.
that?
Dalton Castle.
Don't.
That man is still my hero. I don't care what anybody says. That man's promo gold.
I love that
But
guy,
if
man.
you just, yeah, he's great. But if you just let these two go, I mean, again, Impact did it first. I'm so mad that it's like everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's such good booking." Yeah, it's real good booking. 4 years ago, when Impact did this exact same thing.
Exactly.
When it was Lashley versus Drew Galloway. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
On the WrestleMania preview, we've already mentioned New Japan, AEW, and Impact. Let's go.
Who are we missing? Well, I said Punishment Martinez. He was that in Ring of Honor.
So in Ring of Honor. So who are we
So
missing?
NWA, huh?
Yeah.
Now it's just local promotions at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, well, no, we said RCW earlier.
We did, but we weren't on camera.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we
what
said
was
it
it,
now.
Ryan
So
Russell?
shout out Raquel Gonzalez, RCW alum, who's now the NXT Women's Champion. Finally, of the matches that haven't been mentioned, matches that haven't mentioned that I am looking forward to. I'm actually deep down. I'm looking forward to Bad Bunny and Damian Priest against Miz and Morrison, because when you get Miz and Morrison together, it's entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's not wrong.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Have you all listened to that Bunny song?
Yeah.
Pop Pop or whatever.
Is he gonna do it like his original song in the middle of the ring, right in the middle of the match? You know, he's gonna perform.
It would not
I
be
mean,
the weirdest thing that's ever happened at WrestleMania. It would not be the weirdest thing that's ever happened at WrestleMania. It also
Not
would
wrong.
not be at place either. It would not
I mean-
be.
Wow.
Considering the Miz will probably do it before Bad Bunny does it. I'm just saying.
But is Bad Bunny still gonna have that hairdo that he had?
Yeah.
when he came
It's
out
like a trademark.
a couple weeks ago.
I mean, it's on a T-shirt when he's doing a dive. I mean, they put that on a WWE T-shirt for crying out loud.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Joe and Tina, a little bit of baseball breaking news for you guys. Joe Musgrove, former Astro Joe Musgrove, has just thrown the first no-hitter in San Diego Padres history. He just no-hit the Rangers. The Padres were the last Major League Baseball team without a no-hitter.
Oh, wow.
So, finally, every Major League Baseball team now has a no-hitter. So, little baseball, Joe Musgrove, congrats to him.
Who knew?
Congratulations,
That's
man.
pretty damn awesome.
You know, it would have been better if it happened to the Giants, because nothing good is happening to the Giants as of late. And one of my friends is a
Let's
big
keep it
Giants
that way.
fan. You know,
I'm
so
a
I
Dodgers
feel
fan.
bad
Let's
for
keep it
him.
that way.
I feel bad for him. I'm saying.
If the Rangers would have had the trash can, I bet you would have got some hits, but no.
Did you
gotta
see
talk
what they
trash
did?
on
One of the
defense.
fans threw an inflatable trash
Oh, I
can
saw that.
on the field.
Oh, for the Angels?
Yeah.
It's salty, but hey, we still champs. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. We still champs. And if the Rangers fans say anything, hey, the only time the World Series is getting into a brand new stadium was last year when other teams were playing in it. So that's all I'm going to say.
The Rangers were 1 out away from winning it all, but
Yeah, Nelson Cruz, get on your goddamn high horse, and maybe you might have caught the
game. To play right field.
Yeah.
All right, back to wrestling.
Yes, back to wrestling. So, yeah.
We can't do a metaphor for Vince's booking if we want to. We can just kind of circle this thing over right back around.
How would Vince book the trash can spot?
Winning the World Series or Vince's booking, which sucks more?
Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. Miz and Morrison is always gonna be fun. Tina said it too before this. The good thing about Bad Bunny, she has a couple nieces that haven't watched wrestling in years, but they want to see WrestleMania because Bad Bunny's on it. And this is always that celebrity thing that puts eyes on the product.
The young people, the 20-year-olds who don't watch wrestling normally, and they're like, Bad Bunny?
Hey, and
WrestleMania, I gotta watch.
Mike, your younger sister started watching wrestling because of Total Divas. Let's be honest. So that's one of those things that brings eyes.
Yeah, but we don't mention their names.
Oh, but I said Diva. I didn't say whatever.
We didn't say Nikki and Brie.
What?
So if Mike is watching Total Divas, then his guilty pleasure has to be watching Kardashians as well.
All right. So
remove yourself from this podcast.
Real quickly.
Watching those Kardashians, man, with the wife, bro. Don't lie.
That was about 10 years ago when it was worth looking up.
They're all getting divorced now, anyway. All right. What? I guess on the championship matches, there's 3 on the first night. What is everyone thinking? Is New Day retain? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
New Day retain.
Against AJ Styles and Osmosis?
Yeah.
Thumbs up for retaining?
Thumbs up, they retain. Thumbs down if Osmosis and AJ Styles are going to win. So.
Thumbs up, retain.
Only because I think Osmosis is going to turn on AJ and are going to make him a face.
Or he's going to cost him the match or something.
Okay. Bernsey, hey ho, hey ho. Bernsey, I love it. He just said, hey ho, Miz and Morrison. So he loves the old hard rock ballad if they had.
Bernsey is a friend of mine. He's great. So.
Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Show of hands. Who thinks there's going to be a title change? And Bianca Belair walks away with the women's title.
I think it's gonna be a title.
I'm raising my hand too, JC. You can't see me.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
The EST of NXT. Oh, not NXT. EST of WWE.
Then I guess I'm lone wolfing this. I'm actually thinking Sasha Banks is gonna win. So.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with your big time Sasha Banks fan, though.
No, I'm really not. You're just trying to get me to do a stupid dance. That's all you're trying to get me to do.
We're worried. Hey, you know what? If she winds up losing, you should do the damn dance.
I'm making a bet on wrestling. I'm not really a fan of. Deep down, I really just want Mandy Rose to win. Deep down, so.
I think if Sasha wins, he needs to do the dance.
I gotta see that.
Depends how many beers I've had. Okay, thanks, Mike. I see your hand there. Hands.
Do the dance.
King Shark.
That's what I'm saying.
WWE Championship. I think everybody says Drew McIntyre is going to get finally the crowd pop he deserved last year. Is that agreement, or is anybody here going Bobby Lashley?
I'm torn.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bobby Lashley.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay.
I'm going with McIntyre.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm agreeing with Tina.
Woo! Is this because McIntyre went over an Impact? Now he's got to return the favor. Is that what you're thinking?
No. Here's the thing, because part of me feels like the Hurt Business breakup is bull.
Okay.
Part of me feels like that's a setup. Another part of me also feels like they're going to kind of drag out this Bobby Lashley McIntyre thing. Now, that could still happen if he loses. Mm-hmm. That can happen if he loses too, but I think they're going to drag it out a bit more, maybe to like SummerSlam when they can maybe get more of a crowd.
I also feel like
by then.
I also feel like he literally just won it 2 months ago or a month ago from Miz. Yeah. So if you're gonna beat the Miz so definitively and then you lose, it's I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. So
here's the thing, though. If your theory is right that this match opens the show, I think McIntyre has to win. Because it's your first show with the crowd. It's going to be hyped.
If it opens the show,
Yeah, you kind of...
My thought process behind the whole thing is McIntyre's due his coronation. He did beat Brock, and this would be his coronation if he does win against Lashley in front of a live audience. The guy's going to finally get to be able to get his coronation in front of a live audience on the biggest stage. So I think he's gonna win. That's the reasoning behind why I think they'll wind up giving it to him.
All right.
I kind of agree. And the only reason I think you don't want to try to drag this out any longer is for the fear of those. The more you get live fans on, if you drag it out, there's more of a chance of them turning on McIntyre quicker if he's not winning. So I agree. I think you make it the first match now. You get that big pop. He can lose it Monday for all we care. They've done that many times. But
Zack Ryder, prime example. We were there in the next night.
But no, I agree. I think you get him his big pop tomorrow night.
I mean, I think that if Tommy's thought process is correct, then hopefully by the time he actually wins it again or wins something again, there would be even a bigger crowd, so we'd get a bigger pop.
Yeah.
So this crowd is going to be small.
Yeah.
Or smaller.
You're not wrong, but it's WWE fans, and they're so fickle,
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of international traveling fans for this. It's fickle. It's going to be a lot of local. It's going to be a lot of U.S. based. Usually WrestleMania you have the international travel.
So honestly, I think if he wins, it's not gonna do anything either.
Yeah.
Because there's no out of the country people.
All right.
That's why I'm saying I just don't see.
Oh
it.
no! What did Tommy think of? I think I had an idea. Yeah.
Okay to disagree.
Yeah. What do you got, Tommy?
How many AEW poster boards are going to get snuck in past security before they get taken off?
It's a big stadium. You can't catch them all.
AEW wrestlers are going to be in attendance.
Interesting.
I'm just
the Young Bucks with masks on in the front row. Yeah, I'm just That'd be funny. I mean,
that would be interesting.
I think if there's any AEW wrestler that's in attendance, it's probably Jericho. That's about it. So, all right.
Which Jericho did come out on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast.
That will air after night 2. Immediately on Peacock after night 2 will be Broken Skull Sessions, Jericho and Steve Austin. So, what's up?
What does WWE think we do on the weekends? Like, WrestleMania is going to go to 10:30. And you think we're just going to wait up before we got to go to work on Monday to why do they always put stuff after pay-per-views on
Mike,
Sunday
they
night?
assume we do that.
Yeah.
Because we're fans.
Like, I need to go to bed, man. I'm in the bed. Let me get some sleep.
Maybe you listen to the podcast while you're at work, dude.
You
the
do
next day, sure.
I
know.
Now,
he's not wrong though.
Yeah. My other thought process is like, I don't know if y'all saw that picture of Becky Lynch, and she put something, and all the letters going down said night 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. Like, would she come out after the Sasha and Bianca match?
That would make a statement right there. That'd be something big.
The other thought process is Ronda Rousey might show up, and then she shows up.
No. Don't say her name 3 times.
What's wrong with Ronda? She had a great first year.
I'm sorry. I love Ronda Rousey, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her wrestle anymore. I'm sorry.
No, man. I'm done with that.
Not yet.
She's done.
Not yet. But Becky Lynch, I think we all want back. And but what match would you prefer? Becky versus Sasha or Becky versus Bianca?
Bianca?
No, it's not that. She comes back after the Cesaro-Seth match, after Cesaro wins, to slap Seth around and be like, stop acting a fool. I'm the man in this relationship. Get your act together. That's what's happening. Calling it now.
Nice.
I don't think so, but okay.
Like, go home and take care of the baby. I'm wrestling now.
Enough of this Messiah bullshit. Yeah, so.
Or Bayley comes out, demands an opponent, and Becky shows up.
Oh,
somebody did say that. No, somebody did say that, like, Bayley shows up, and then like all the Ronda shows up, and then all the 4 horsewomen, and then here comes Becky Lynch to be the 4th.
I got a better one for you, Tina.
And I'm like, I don't want that yet.
It's never going to happen.
I got a better one for you, Tina. Bayley comes in the match, right? She comes in after the match. She demands an opponent. And all of a sudden, guess who appears? JC out of nowhere.
Your desire to see him in the Sasha Banks booty shorts
with my wife's permission, I would happily wrestle her. Okay, night 2. I mean, let's move on to night 2.
It would be like Santina.
Santina, yeah, exactly.
He would be exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Juanita.
Wow.
Oh, my Juanita.
I could do it.
JC team. No, no, no.
What would his name be if he was a female wrestler? You know, you had Santina. What would JC's female wrestler name be?
Juana.
La
Juana.
Juanita, La Juana, La Juana,
La Juana. Juana la Juana.
La Mari
La
Juana,
Mexicana.
La Mari Juana.
Oh man.
No.
There you go, Mike. Make
Might as
the
well just
shirts.
go
La
Marty
Juana.
Cone, dude.
I know.
Make
All
the
right.
shirts, Mike. La Juana. We got to wear them now.
Night 2. Tina, what match are you looking forward to the most on night 2?
Ooh, that's a toughie. Because I love Rhea Ripley, so I kind of want to see the Oscar Rhea Ripley match. Of course, I love Randy Orton because my boyfriend. But I think I'm really looking forward to that Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan match, though.
Okay.
That one I really.
I love
want
how you had
to
no
see that.
hesitation, Tina. You had no hesitation. You
No,
just said
it's an accepted form of our marriage.
It's already known.
It's known. Trust me.
You're late to the party. Like the guy, you see how Mike and Tommy said nothing because they're like, we know.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal.
Randy Orton for her,
Like,
Alexa
we
Bliss
know.
for me. That's just how it goes. Yeah. So,
I love it.
It's Gail Kim for you.
well, Gail Kim, but she's retired.
You added Alexa Bliss later.
So anyway, but yeah, okay. So you're interested in the main event.
I also love Kevin Owens, but I think honestly the second night card is a lot better than the first night card, in my opinion.
I mean, there's a strong case for that.
Or
So-
at least for me, I'm more excited about the night 2 matches.
Based
I'm
solely
excited
off Randy
about
Orton.
I'm excited about some of the night 1 matches, but the night 2 matches are like they're really good.
All right.
I can't say there's one that I don't like. Okay, maybe the Riddle Sheamus one I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
so into
I'm gonna say.
because I don't like Riddle.
Yeah.
So.
Tommy, what are you looking forward to on night 2?
Well, honestly, the main event's the one the with Roman, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. That's actually the one I look forward to the most.
Yeah.
Very very close second is Big E and Apollo Crews, and number 3 would be Owens and Zayn, only because that's like O'Reilly and Cole. They'll never stop wrestling each other. But no, Reigns and Bryan,
Yes,
it's like to me, but to me, it's like those here are the guys who aren't supposed to be here wrestling anymore. I mean, they're supposed to be retired, for good. Reigns deals with his leukemia, Edge, his neck problems, Daniel Bryan with his, concussion issues. Like with Christian, those 4 guys are not supposed to be wrestling right now, but yet all of them came back, and especially Edge doing like with his promo work, especially, it's like he never left. It's like he never left at all. He had a little bit of ring rust, which is fine. He had to retire for like 11 years, so who cares? So, but this Roman Reigns, which is tons of fun. Daniel Bryan, who I'm sorry, disagree with this all you want. He's never disappointed me, ever. I've never been disappointed with Daniel Bryan in any heel, face. Tina, no matter what, I've never been disappointed. And Edge, coming back, he went right back to rated R superstar Edge, which he could easily do the feel good story. The guy come back, immediately him getting frustrated with Daniel Bryan being in this, just like losing it on him. I was kind of like, yep, there it is. Yep, there's the Edge that we all know. Reminds me of that. The one good thing that came from the horrible anonymous Raw GM thing was Edge telling him, Edge, you got the crazy eyes. So one good thing that came out of that. So I'm glad we got crazy eyes Edge back.
All right, Joe, what are you looking forward to on night 2?
Well, actually, I was looking forward to the Fiend. I was like seeing the Fiend come out and do his thing.
Okay.
So
we were debating this. Is this going to be an actual match or a cinematography match?
Cinematic, yeah.
Cinematic, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. If it's an actual match, it'd be great.
That's what I say.
Fiend versus Randy Orton.
It would be dumb to have a cinematic match if you have a live crowd. And JC still thinks they're gonna have one.
I mean, it depends what kind of supernatural shit they want to do on this show with the Fiend character.
But it gets too gimmicky when they go down that supernatural.
That's never stopped WWE before. Let's be honest here. It's never stopped them before.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
sadly,
but I like the character that is the Fiend. You know, you see the dude all dressed up in makeup. You got the lights and the pageantry, the music, the whole setup. It kind of is reminiscent of the Undertaker back in the day. You know, when he would come out and he had this imposing presence. You know, with the music and just him coming out of nowhere and doing the eyes and all that. I like the Fiend and his stage presence, but I really want to see a match. I don't want to see something that's just gimmicky. You know?
Well, that's the problem with the Fiend. His matches are all overpowering everybody, especially if the heat lamp is on, right? So, you know,
please do not bring up that heat lamp again. I'm trying to forget that.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right. Mike, what are you looking forward to the most for night 2?
No contest in Hell in a Cell.
So the thing is, like, I was kind of looking forward to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm just a little hesitant of Logan Paul's involvement. Those two just need to be left alone to put on an amazing match because you know they will.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but hesitant. Honestly, for me, I'm done with the Fiend. When he came out looking like the Toxic Avenger, when he came back, like I'm done. Like I'm ready to move past. And for Randy Orton too, like. Kudos to him and Alexa for trying to carry this thing while the Fiend's been burned or whatever. But it's I'm just ready for it to end and to move on to some other things. I think the one besides the Universal Championships, I think we all want to see that. The Biggie Apollo, it's very interesting because on one side, it's like Big E needs to win to legitimize his IC title run. He's in his hometown. There was talks ever since they switched the brands to give him a big push. But on the other side, Apollo finally kind of found a character that he could run with. He's already lost to Big E like 4 or 5 times. And I don't even know what a Nigerian drum match is. So... I don't know if y'all like actually watch the shows or seen, but it's like a Nigerian drum match. I don't know what that means. So I kind of feel like both of them need a win, and only obviously one's going to come out. So I'm kind of intrigued to see where they go with those two.
Is it like a big drum and you have to throw your opponent through it? I mean, every time they do these dumb things like ambulance match or casket match or buried alive,
I want to tread carefully when I say this. When Apollo... The first night he came out and talked about reconnecting to his Nigerian roots, I think it was very big for his character and to kind of give him something. I'm really afraid since then they've steered into typical WWE, bordering on stereotype, bordering on a little racist. I don't know. It's WWE, and we can't watch the DX thing anymore, so. They need to be careful.
Hey, speaking of X, man, rip DMX, bro.
Oh,
yeah, rest in peace.
That was crazy.
Wrestling related, he was probably my favorite and the best character in Def Jam Vendetta, which is a wrestling video game.
Yeah.
And he had the sickest finisher too, man. And
real quick about that. Do you know how many people I have to convince Def Jam Vendetta is a real thing that actually happened that people honestly do not know is real? What? They know. I'm serious.
I think I have the sequel back there, but I have the sequel back there.
I have talked to people who did not know those games really existed and did not believe me when I told them about it.
Was the finisher called
It was called Rough Riders Anthem.
Oh, okay, even better.
That was the name of his finisher, and it was like a quick punch. He runs up them. Kind of does like a head scissors, but flips them over and then cracks their neck with his feet.
Drop?
Yeah. Shut them down, open up shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey, didn't they also have a Wu-Tang game as well, right? They had a Wu-Tang game.
I want to say
Wu-Tang had a game.
Wu-Tang had a game.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
And then there's Def Jam Fight for New York, which is so great. Snoop Dogg was in that one. I mean, there's just so many great games. Luda's in that one too. So,
Luda.
the as wrestling games, especially Def Jam Vendetta, is very underrated. It uses the No Mercy engine.
Where was that game
Perfectly.
that we played at your birthday?
Def Jam Fight for New York, which is the sequel.
That one.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game.
That uses the New Mercy engine too, just a little more street fighting.
Who was it? Who was I playing?
You're probably playing Method Man or Oh no, you're playing Danny Trejo.
I was Danny Trejo.
Yeah. So.
I didn't know Danny Trejo was in that.
Yeah, he's in it.
He was in the game. Yeah.
Machete don't
like,
text.
Oh, mi gente! I'm gonna pick him.
Wow.
And then I got killed. So
Yeah.
I was like, nah, didn't work.
All right. I'm actually really looking forward to Asuka and Rhea Ripley. This has got to be the crowning moment for Rhea Ripley, especially when she should have gone over last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I'm definitely looking forward to that a lot. Anytime these two get together, it's the big one. But my only fear with Asuka and Rhea Ripley, please don't make this a squash. Please make it a full-on match. Yes.
Yes.
Asuka
What I was going to say.
Asuka has been
I was gonna
booked.
say-
Asuka has been booked horribly as a champion as of late, especially in the build-up to this. Please make it a legitimate match, because if you just go in there and have Rhea squash Asuka, it makes her look weak in so many ways, especially when she had a longer undefeated streak than Oldberg ever did. So please, dear God, make this a full great match.
I still want her to go back to Japan now. Like, go to Stardom, get paid there. Hell, let her go to New Japan now. She can out wrestle some of the guys there. She can challenge Will Ospreay for the IWGP
I have a
title.
prediction on the future of
She's
Asuka, but go ahead,
40.
Tina. Yeah.
She's almost 40, so she's probably gonna retire soon, I would think. But
Hey, 40's not old. What the hell? So.
But I was gonna say, I was gonna
Are
say,
you taking bump?
Yeah.
I was gonna
Sorry, go
say,
ahead.
I listened to Renee Young's podcast, or Renee Paquette's podcast, and she was on recently, and I heard hers, and she was talking about how last year, was her first WrestleMania, but it didn't feel like it because there was no crowd, nothing like that, and I think that's why she didn't win, because they really wanted that crowd pop for her to win. So now she's actually getting, the person who sings her song's gonna play her in.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty awesome. Like I'm excited about that, because I've all like there's a lot of good songs, entrance music. She's one of the her entrance music gets me hyped the most for anything, and so I'm excited about seeing that live, and then her doing her little kick thing in the leg. And
It's Tina's
stomping.
go-to workout song. If she ever tells me I don't want to work out, I put that song on. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go fucking work out. There's my F-bomb for the stream.
No.
So, yeah.
No,
I'm
it's
not really an Asuka fan.
FYI, no, it's not that song. It's actually the Miz's entrance music. But
Okay. Either one.
God.
Either one.
I'm not really an
really
Asuka
good.
fan. You know what I call her, Tina?
What?
My nickname for Asuka? I call her
Oh, God.
Asko.
I can fail.
My prediction for Asuka, I think she will lose. And I think with Io Shirai losing last night, or the night before, I should say, I think they're bringing Io up, and we're going to get Asuka and Io Shirai as a tag team, and they're going to be making a run at the tag team championships in WWE.
So the was it Princess? What were they before with Kyrie?
It was the Kabuki Wars with Kairi Sane and
So we're gonna get
Asuka.
that twice, because knowing Vince.
Well, aren't Io and Asuka, weren't they tag team before in Japan, Tommy?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yes, they were triple tails.
Okay.
So this would be the one time, and I can't stress this enough, the one time that the booking with Japanese wrestlers for Vince would make any kind of logical sense if they did that. And I can't stress enough, this would be the one time.
But Tommy, the funny thing was, it wouldn't even make sense because of their past. It would only make sense because to Vince, they're both Japanese wrestlers. Put them
Right.
together.
Yeah.
So even then,
Just like he did with Kyrie and Asuka, I was like, what? Didn't do anything with it.
yeah.
You know what?
If
I'm
they're
going to
gonna
ask
do
you
it,
a
they're
serious
just gonna with
question,
it.
man.
What's that?
I'm going to ask you a serious question. Tommy,
Yeah.
why doesn't JC talk about Alexa Bliss anymore? They not friends now after she got engaged? I mean, she's going to be in the Fiend's corner, and JC hasn't
It's because
mentioned her
every time he
once.
talks about Alexa Bliss, we all get annoyed. That's why.
I limit my discussion one. Number two, my wife is right there. So I gotta be careful.
So the funny thing is,
Bitch is
on my
Randy Orton in
screen,
front of you,
you
bro.
pointed to me, and I was like,
No, yeah, I like. Wait, which way am I pointing? Actually, yeah, no, yeah, this way, yeah.
So I know it's different on each person's screen, but on mine you're pointing to me. So.
Wait, actually, I should be pointing that way. Whoops.
Okay, I mean, look, I know we've said that stuff, Tina, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, wife is right
I'm
there.
Just saying, like,
so
I think it's also because she hasn't really been used in an actual, like, I don't know, in another way, like with the women.
Mm-hmm.
She's in with the men, and maybe just because of that, we don't talk about it, or he doesn't talk about it as much. But believe me, he talks about it at home.
I'm telling you, when Alexa wrestled Randy Orton, it was just like UTSA and Texas State. We were on opposite sides of the room. We weren't looking at each other. We were just doing the whole friends, this thing to each other and all that. So that's kind of how it was between us. But
I don't hate Alexa Bliss. I think she's a really good. She's really good, like, actress too. Like, man, she acts really well in her scene. She does great promos. She's a pretty good wrestler. Like, I don't hate her. It's just, I mean, I look at her and, man, like, damn, why is she so damn pretty? Yes, I do.
She ain't hard to look at. She ain't hard to look at.
I do the same thing about Tyler Breeze every time he walks out. Damn,
he is so gorgeous. He really is. He's so gorgeous. That's pretty.
I know JC yelled at him at the show here.
Yeah, I don't know if I've said this story on stream, but NXT, the first time they came to San Antonio, was at the Aztec Theater, which is the worst venue for wrestling. Please don't ever go there again. And
they kept coming back.
Yeah, he was wrestling Finn Balor, and I'm sitting there like in the pit, and there's a whole bunch of kids out there. They're all marking out. Right in the front. They're yelling, "You suck, Tyler! You suck!" I think he had hit Finn in the corner, threw him out, and he was kind of posing, getting the heat. And then it got quiet at the right moment, and I just yelled out, "You're I didn't say effing, I said the actual word. You're effing gorgeous!" And he just kind of looked at me like he wanted to laugh, and then he just kept going. And these kids were looking at me like, "What the hell?" Everyone around me is just laughing.
Did you say that?
I was like, "Yeah, he's gorgeous." Yeah, so.
You just sound like the Guardians of the Galaxy. He said, "Welcome to the effing Guardians of the Galaxy," but he didn't say effing. Like Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, title matches on night 2. Do Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax walk away with the titles after night 2?
No. I don't care what the team is. Just lose those titles.
Just no.
I say yes because I think Asuka and Io Shirai are going to beat them for the titles. That's my theory, but that's just me.
Why would you give Vince that much credit?
Fan, dude. I'm a Nia Jax fan. I hope she wins, dude.
I don't. I too, but no.
All right.
So, no.
I like her, but not that much.
Okay.
Tommy knows why. Tommy knows why.
Do we get a title change between? Is Big E going to retain or is Apollo Crews going to win?
Ooh, I am so. This is probably the one I'm the most split on. Like this whole
hard one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb and say Big E retains.
I say Apollo Crews. You mentioned it. As much as he's built up his character, I'm going to go with Apollo Crews.
I'm going to say
I'll
Big E.
Yeah, right. I'll go Apollo Crews.
Which, by the way, Xavier Woods posted a picture of them posing, and he's captioned, "What's the name of our band?" And I swear, when I looked at that picture, I was like, "That looks like the cover of the old Arrested Development album." 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days in the life of. That's really what I saw when I saw that picture. Yeah.
God, you're right. I forgot about that. You're right. You're right.
Lord, I've really been real stressed. Okay. U.S.
Y'all can't see me, but I'm going with Cruz as well, JC.
Okay, Apollo Crews. Nice. U.S. title, Riddle versus Sheamus. Tina doesn't give a crap about this one. But Sheamus.
I don't like Riddle.
I know.
Sheamus all day.
I think
sorry,
Riddle.
Not sorry.
I think Riddle. I think really
opinion.
This unfortunately I feel might be a throwaway match of the night. I just don't. Yeah. There's not a lot of build up around this one. But
the only reason I want to go Sheamus is because I think it's almost going to be like a reward for what he did, kind of leading up to Fastlane, where him and McIntyre just beat the crap out of each other. And then he faced Lashley, and they beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
And he just put on like 4 or 5 straight solid matches where him and either Lashley or McIntyre were just beating the crap out of each other, which Tommy kind of said is what Lashley and McIntyre need to be allowed to do in their match. And I don't know, Riddle, like, I don't hate him either, but I hate what they've made his character become. Like, it's just so ridiculous. He's not even. He's a former MMA legit fighter, and they just make him a big goof 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So I honestly hope Sheamus wins. I think he's earned it after these past couple months.
I think that's the big reason why I don't like him.
Yeah.
I mean, his character just annoys me, and I don't.
Yeah, I can understand.
And then the feet thing, like, annoys me because I'm like, I just like he's gonna trip or he's gonna get stepped on. Like, what? No.
Okay.
I'm surprised they haven't told him to put shoes on because didn't Rusev do the same thing?
Rusev did the same thing when he started wearing boots after he tore up his ankle or broke his foot or something. So maybe that's what it's going to take. But go ahead, Joe. You're going to say something?
Yeah, I said I'll give you my prediction. I mean, Riddle's he's 6 weeks into his reign right now. He's fairly new, into his reign. So I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say Riddle's going to win.
Okay.
Retain it.
Raw Women's Championship. Does everybody think Rhea Ripley is going to win the title?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, Tommy. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Tommy.
Joe, same for you?
Tommy.
Yep.
All right.
It's the same.
And Universal Championship.
This is hard.
Who you got? I'll start it off. Daniel Bryan. And he's going to pin Edge to do it. That's who I'm going with.
I've got the reverse.
What you got?
I've got Edge pinning Daniel Bryan.
Ooh, okay.
I got the same.
You got Edge?
I got Edge.
Okay. Tommy?
I got Daniel Bryan, but I have him pinning Roman.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Well, finally. Tina,
go ahead.
I think I'm gonna be like Tommy and say Daniel Bryan's gonna pin Roman Reigns with the help of Uso.
Jey Uso, really?
I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to turn on him so bad. Every single time I see him, just turn on him. Just turn on him.
So,
by the way,
if that happens, does Daniel Bryan become the new vegan head of the table? Is that what happens here?
That's right.
Yes.
Duh.
Interesting. Go ahead, Tommy. You're going to say something when you're done laughing?
God, vegan head of the table. Okay, no. So I did think of the Jey Uso part of that until Tina said that's actually a really, really good idea. But I see Roman losing regardless, but I see him getting pinned for it to kind of like break that mystique for a while. Kind of like amazing. I can make everything go back to New Japan. Kind of like in New Japan when Jay White lost Dakota Ibushi, and he like kind of like disappeared for a while because I like broke him. I kind of see that happening too. Like if he gets pinned or if oh my god, if he taps out.
Ooh.
Holy crap! If he taps out. And can you see him kind of like walking like just walking away from every interview, like never talking about it? Just I can see that.
I could see getting pinned. I don't know if I could see the tap out. I think that's a little much.
I don't know if you do the tap out, but
especially for the character that they built up, But I could see the pin. Tap out would surprise me.
The only reason I said it is because I think back to almost the cursed WrestleMania main event that we can never bring up again, 20, when Benoit tapped out Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And like
when name redacted tapped out Triple H. What?
So
Ben DiNucci.
Here's my thing too. The main Uso that's always on is Jay?
Yes.
Or Jimmy?
Jay.
Okay, so what if Jimmy shows up?
Yeah,
that would be cool.
What if Jimmy shows up and he's the one that costs him?
If he does, I still won't be able to tell the difference.
All right. Oh, dang it! This
Jimmy's the one that's married to Naomi. I know that. Jimmy's the one that's married to Naomi.
I mean, I know all you guys tend to think that Brian's going to win, and look, I'm not going to lie. He's brought some fire to the storyline and stuff, but I don't think they can afford to do WrestleMania 30 again. Like the way, because that's really what this is turning into if Brian takes it. In a sense, it's him coming in, getting inserted from two other guys, and also kind of a guy that's returning, even though Edge is from injury, not just from leaving the business.
Yeah.
But I think the original setup from the Rumble or from early on was for Edge to kind of fulfill this return, get that title shot. It lines up, I think, with either his retirement speech or the last WrestleMania match. I forget which one it is. So I don't know. I think.
See,
that he's gonna want to be a full-time wrestler, though.
My counter argument to that,
take his breaks.
because if Edge or Daniel Bryan wins, this is a great comeback story that you can come back from some serious injuries and win a WWE Championship. My argument for Daniel Bryan is this: it's the fact that he had that big moment, and granted, he had his run as champion as a face cut short of that 30. Now, granted, he came back, he did the whole Planet's Champion thing, and that was awesome. But I feel like he needs a good face run with the title before he drops it. If this, in fact, is Edge's last match, which I heard there's some rumors it might be, I think he's a veteran enough to know you don't go out as champion, you go out on your back. And that's why I think he could be the one taking the pin.
And also, the rumor is that Bryan's going to retire soon once his contract's open, supposedly. So, I mean,
well, then he can on his back too.
No,
he's not retiring yet, but
he still has like another year or something on his contract, something like that. So
that's not soon.
Yeah.
I mean, but soon for wrestling, that's soon.
When will then be now? Soon.
It's not very many pay-per-views for you know, if it was like 3 years or something, I understand that. But what I'm saying is like they more than likely he's going to retire soon, and Edge is rumored to probably this is not his last match. It's close to his last match because he's not going to want to do this full time.
All right.
He doesn't have to.
You want him to be like the one
what we've talked about.
I don't think so.
This is kind of gone to what we've talked about the build and the moments of WrestleMania versus what happens the next day, the hangover, if you will. So Edge doesn't need to be champion for a long reign after this, but to come back from having, and again, it's fine if y'all don't. I'm trying to say my part of it, the way I believe it, because to come back after 9 years, to believe your career is over. Daniel Bryan did it after a shorter amount of time. And he came back and he had his matches and he did win it as a heel. But I think Edge, having come back, gets his WrestleMania moment. You don't hurt Reigns because he doesn't take the pin. Daniel Bryan's also an Ultimate Pro and he's going to put on the show no matter what. So what happens next Friday? The fallout, is Edge still champion by the end of next Friday? I don't know, and he doesn't even have to be. But for me, I don't know. I can't see WrestleMania, because to me it's just WrestleMania 30 again. Yeah, it's Daniel Bryan getting inserted. And this one even wasn't even necessarily by like the fans demanding it, because there weren't fans around as much. It was just he's been so good, and I get that. I mean, he's been amazing. I don't hate the guy. I just feel like, you give it to Edge, let him get that title ring to fully cement his return, and then if he loses it within a week or at the next pay-per-view, that's fine. But I'd be a little disappointed for him because he went through all that. He came back the year before, then he was injured again. I don't know. That's what I would like to see.
I think that would be awesome if it happens, to be honest with you. But I also think the way that they're kind of showing him that every time he tries to like hit Bryan or whatever, and he's just like, "Why? I want this guy stop getting up," That kind of shows like, I don't know if he can beat him.
Yeah. All right. Before we move into our 1 minute warning segments, yes, we'll see. WrestleMania 37. We'll have all the details later on.
Plus, it's WWE. We could all be wrong, and Roman Reigns wins.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey shows up and pins them all.
No more Ronda. No more.
Now you're just pissing Joe off here. All right. Hall of Fame inductees. Hall of Fame inductees. We need to give these a shout out. Class of 2020. JBL, the British Bulldog, Jushin Thunder Liger, the NWO, Hogan, Nash, Hall, and Waltman, the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie.
What?
The William Shatner, in for the celebrity wing, and Titus O'Neil winning the Warrior Award. Titus O'Neil and Hogan, of course, will be hosting WrestleMania. Yeah, I know.
I forgot that was happening
still.
Know. Oh my god!
Please don't make it a big part of the show. Class of 2021, and this one is long overdue. Molly Holly in the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Eric Bischoff. Never thought I'd see the day, but definitely well deserved. Yeah.
I love his theme song.
Kane is also going in. It was very cool seeing Undertaker reveal the news to him live on the Bump. I think it was the show.
Yeah.
The Great Khali, Rob Van Dam, who will still go back and wrestle wherever the hell he wants, but he's in the Hall of Fame now. My first taste of Rob Van Dam in WWE was him versus Jeff Hardy for the I forget what title it's for. Invasion, but it was an amazing match.
I think it was for the IC belt. Yeah.
Can't understand a whole lot he said.
Can I vote for Bayley to be the host instead?
That'd be nice, right?
Yes.
Ding dong.
100%.
The celebrity inductee for 2021 is Ozzy Osbourne. Can't understand much of what he says unless he's singing, but still, it's hilarious. And Richard Herring.
You knew it was the WWE Hall of Fame, or he's just like at a podium, like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then Rich Herring got the Warrior Award. He was a longtime employee in the back office over more than 50 years with WWE. Is what I remember seeing reading on that. So he had a lot. Cool. He was a big part of the regional aspect of it, and kind of getting that going, globalizing it, if you will. So congrats to every one of the inductees and the Warrior Award winners. And now we'll move into our segment we like to call the 1 minute warning. And the way this works, if you are new to the show, is that we will take a minute to talk about whatever we want to talk about. And Joe, do you have something you want to talk about for a minute, wrestling related or otherwise?
Otherwise, yes. I'm going to talk about how the Spurs shit the bed again today. They lose to the Denver Nuggets, 121-119. They were left for dead earlier on in the game when they were down by double digits. Came all the way back just to shit the bed and lose.
Are you serious?
121-119.
Yeah.
I stopped keeping track.
Is that your whole morning, or do you want to spend a whole minute now? Because I'm ready to hit the timer.
Nah, I'm done, man.
Okay.
It's not gonna stop, bro. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be a tough season for Spurs fans.
Hey, like I said, it just get wins where you can, and rebuild through the draft. Next year is going to be the year, where you just get back to the playoffs.
At this point, you lost this one against the Nuggets. Why even try anymore? Just go for the lotto, dude.
Like when I got a couple extra bucks in my wallet at the gas station, lottery, baby.
Yes,
lottery.
And hey, there's magical things happening in Denver because my Avalanche are in first place, and that's all I know about now.
So. I thought you meant because certain things are legal over there. So.
That too, which might explain why the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is going out there now. So I'm just saying.
Or why Rob Van Dam and Riddle are there.
I'm just saying baseball's aren't the only thing that's going to be high over there during the home run derby. So, all right.
Dang.
Tina, do you have something for the 1 minute warning this week?
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you're ready, set, and go.
So I kind of already said it throughout the show. Like, it really is annoying to me that Bayley's not on the show when she basically carried the company for a year with Sasha. So it's really, I don't understand that logic. I hope for some way or shape or form she ends up being in a match. That would be nice. Also, I don't know what happened with Peyton. I'm like a little upset about that too. Like, what, she just had a match and like, okay, you're good. We'll see you later. Like, that's so annoying. There's a lot of women that are not being utilized correctly. So I don't know how this is going to work. The other thing I just wanted to mention was Ms. and Mrs. is coming back this week, and
Wednesday.
I'm super excited for that.
Yes.
Hilarious show. If you haven't seen it, I think the first episode is about Ms. Thinking about getting a vasectomy. Which already looks funny. It already looks funny. So just FYI.
Apparently he's going to have a vasectomy party too.
Yeah, he's going to have a vasectomy party on the commercial. That's what it looked like. Hilarious.
Why would you have a party for that? I don't understand. Okay.
It's part of I think it's just part of the show. Like, they told them, you know what? Let's make this more wild than what it is.
Okay.
Let's have a party for it.
Yeah, I guess it's something to celebrate, right? Shout out to Bunham and Murray, by the way, the production company, the co-creators of the Real World Road Rules, and also the creator of Ms. and Mrs. behind it. Tina and I just finished watching the Real World Homecoming. They got the original 7 strangers back together, and 6 episodes on Paramount Plus.
Which was crazy because I didn't even think about the fact that was the first ever, like, actual reality show.
Yeah, historic for so many reasons. It was a really cool 6 episodes. And the more things change, the more they stay the same, at least some of the conversations they used to have. So
it's really good. You all should watch it.
Tommy, do you have a 1 minute warning this week?
Sure.
All right. Whenever you're ready, set, and go.
Okay, mine's kind of piggybacking off of Tina's. It's like, it's a shame that Bayley, of all people, is not on WrestleMania. I almost would rather Drew and Bobby Lashley not be on and Bayley be on the show, honestly, because she carried it. But this kind of goes back to something that I say: be consistent across the board. Criticism of wrestling. People have criticized AEW. They even criticized themselves recently on an episode of Dynamite of Lance Archer coming out and saying he gets in the main event, then he disappears. He gets in the main event, disappears. And Sting says, I agree with you because that's been happening to you. And he even points to Jake the Snake Roberts like, hey, Jake, why aren't you helping him out? Which I think is just causing trouble. But anyway, This is the same thing that's happening with WWE. So it's like, it's not just an AEW problem. It's a wrestling problem where you build up stars and then they suddenly disappear. We've been saying it, the Iconics. What was the point of that? Why did they break up? And then literally do nothing with them. Apparently, Prince was high on Peyton Royce. Great! Where's she been? And this is not a knock on Peyton Royce or Billy Kane to say they can't hold their own as single stars. They can. If you let them. Lance Archer can be a world champion. If you let him, you can do so much with so many other people. If you let them. What is the problem with AEW? At least they outright said it out front. Hey, we have a booking problem here, and they said it. Like even Britt Baker, again, who has been knocking out of the park with her promos, said the same thing about where she's ranked, everything like that. So I'm even props to AEW for at least pointing out that there is a problem. If they fix it, that's up to them. But WWE, they don't get a pass. To me, they get less of a pass. Vince has been doing this longer. And he has, and honestly, let's put it out there. He's got more star power. I'm not saying AEW doesn't have star. I know I'm going over my minute, but they have more stars. They have more stars, and they have more experience with booking. Where is the evidence of that? So,
All right.
Yeah.
Mike,
that was
you
an
ready?
extended edition of the 1 minute warning.
Yeah, I think you took your minute, Joe. That's what he's going with.
Okay.
So yeah. Mike, you got something for a 1 minute warning this week?
Yes, I got a 4-minute warning too.
Okay, cool. I'll hit refresh 4 times. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, ready, set, and go.
So first off, amen to everything that Tina and Tommy just said. The funny thing was, we've kind of talked about this all night, but I don't remember if it was after Rumble or as the build started going. I said, I can put up with crappy booking up until WrestleMania as long as WrestleMania itself is a good show. But y'all are really putting that to the test this year. I mean, ironically, the only match that had like the longest build seemed to be Cesaro and Seth Rollins. I don't know what you did with Sasha and Bianca, which, like we said before, was just gift wrapped to you. Several of these matches were just thrown in at the last minute, because the women's tag team were too busy dealing with the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and Reginald being the star of that. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, I'm never going to complain about, but again, throw it in at the last minute. I know the Fiend and Orton has had build for like a year and a half now, but also kind of ready to move past that. Riddle and Sheamus was a last minute thing. Asuka Ripley, your Raw Women's Champion, last minute thing. So not to knock any of the people wrestling. I know they'll do their best and put on the show, but I mean, again, just to reiterate everything we've said, it shouldn't have been this hard to build a WrestleMania that you look forward to and are super excited about. I just feel like they failed in so many places and only excelled in a couple really small ones.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. All right, mine is kind of going on why I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania and why I see some positives on this one. Yeah, you can do that, right? Despite all the booking issues that this has had in the build-up, there's one positive thing I'm going to take away from this. If you look up and down the card, I don't see any part-timers. I don't see any old legends coming back for shows.
That's true.
I don't see any, I'm not going to say the real names, Locke Bresners. I don't see any Oldbergs. I don't see any of these people that haven't been sitting there grinding week after week during a damn pandemic in front of virtual fans and but busting their ass for the last year with all this was going on. And I think WWE is doing the right thing and rewarding them with a chance to showcase what they got. Regardless of the build-up, and there's been some questionable booking, which is the story of WWE, now they're on the stage. Now they got a chance to show what they got. And everyone's been saying it for a while. They're tired of the part-timers coming in, taking a spot from somebody. And Vince is saying, well, there's special attractions and this and that. You know what? Here's your chance, everybody. There's no part-timers on here. You've been busting your ass for a year to get to this point. Now go out there and prove why this needs to happen every year. Good luck to everybody at WrestleMania this year. I know I'm very excited to be watching this part of it. So
And let me just say that the NXT put on a show, so you better bring it because NXT brought it.
yeah,
JC, I just wanted to add Bad Bunny.
well,
Right.
No,
one celebrity, fine, but you know,
But
it's
he's always a celebrity.
he's not like he's taking a main event spot or a title shot, you know. So it's
He's
whatever.
facing the Miz. That's prestigious.
And
You
Well-
are not wrong.
but here's the thing. In Bad Bunny's defense, at least he's been showing up on a
Yeah,
consistent
no, I
basis.
know. I'm just
Yeah.
And he does something. And
Yeah.
for the love of God, he does something.
That's true.
I don't
Is he
mind
gonna
somebody
do a shooting
involved if
star
they
press
do something.
coming? I mean, what's he gonna do?
Yeah,
Look, Shaq went through a table and actually was the match. Actually, his match in AEW wasn't that bad.
yeah.
I don't think that match is going to be very long anyways, so.
Yeah, I don't either. But my thing is, if they take it seriously and do something, I will give them a pass because, like, there are really celebrities that don't do anything. Bad Bunny, to his credit, has been actually in the storyline and participating on a regular basis.
He did a dive.
I'm not expecting a Daniel Bryan classic. I'm expecting it to be funny, actually.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's and I love comedy wrestling. Hello, Toru Yano fan over here. Oh yeah.
King of Pro Wrestling. King of Pro Wrestling. All right. WrestleMania 37 is Saturday, April 10th and Sunday, April 11th from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Starts both nights at 6 p.m. Central Time. I believe their kickoff show / pre-show will start at 4 o'clock or maybe 5. It's a two-night thing. I'm not completely sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It started 2 weeks ago, but
So true. It will be on Peacock Premium in the U.S. and in WWE Network everywhere else in the world, and of course also standard pay-per-view. But with the deal they have for Peacock, again, you can get 4 months for 50% off. Why would you pass on that? There's a lot to the library. I know the WWE Network side of it doesn't have the full library yet. They're going to build that up through SummerSlam. But as Mike has mentioned, he's excited to be able to watch The Office again because it's on Peacock. So there's some
never seen
pluses
it.
to it. Yeah. So some pluses to it. So looking forward to it. A fun 2-night event. And it's going to be a blast. I thank everybody there who has joined us for this special live show. Next week, we will recap NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver. We'll get a calculus quiz from my wife as well, with calculos. And
I'm gonna fail.
okay,
Just say the limit does not exist and you're good.
nailed it. Million girls.
Okay.
And then we'll also talk about WrestleMania
it doesn't
37.
even
as
go
well.
here.
Doesn't even go here.
Go here. The 30% chance it's already raining.
Joe, it's been a long time coming. Thank you very much for joining us on the WrestleCast while you're sitting on the beach in Corpus. Appreciate you being on the show. You there?
Yeah, I'm right here, dude.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to finish talking. I didn't want to
Okay.
interrupt you. It's been a great time. You know,
Yeah.
talking
Professional, man.
with all
Yeah.
you guys. I'm just here outside on the deck right now, just enjoying the view.
Must be
Nice.
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 Awesome.
But hey, well, Tina and I will be heading to SPI in a couple weeks anyway, so.
Two
yeah.
more weeks.
2 more
We'll be in
weeks.
SPI.
Yep.
I'll just put a beach background on my computer and just look at it.
Aw,
It's
I
a
don't even
beauty.
know if y'all can hear the waves. I can hear them from here.
No, can't
No,
hear
we
it.
can't.
Discord does a good job of like drowning out the background noise, I guess. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you again, Joe. Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
My beautiful wife Tina.
Adios. Stay safe, guys.
And I'm JC. Enjoy WrestleMania this weekend, the granddaddy of all wrestling shows. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
Peep.
People
Aw.
are fake.
Fake.
WrestleMania size.
See y'all, everybody.
It fell over there.